Hello, dreamers, and welcome back to PERLA'S DREAMS. Leo, Virgo, Cusp. This is your reading. And again, guys, these are general readings, so only take whatever resonates and please leave the rest. Um, Leo, Virgo, Cusp. This is there's a lot of trickster energy around you during this time. Um, and it's very simple, like, losing, like misplacing your keys, misplacing like your pens, knowing that you put something somewhere and when you go to look for it you can't find it. That's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up. And this is happening in a lot of areas of your life, like, maybe you, I don't know, it's like even at work, like misplacing like paperwork and this and that, and it's like this is an energy that is coming in to teach you a little bit more about patience, and in some way it's also teaching you about these underlying factors that make you doubt yourself or question yourself. There's also this energy of needing to have a little bit more faith and trust. So a lot of you tend to ignore your intuition a lot. Uh, because if it's not something that you can see or you can touch, something that's not tangible, you sometimes try to dismiss it, which is kind of weird for me, especially like if you're watching tarot. But it's this twisted type of way of like, it's like you sometimes diminish your own abilities and your own gifts, and that needs to kind of be addressed, and the perception towards that needs to be needs to be adjusted. So be very mindful about this trickster energy. So you know, if you're looking for something and you can't find it, just kind of like be like, you know what, I'm gonna laugh it off for like a minute or two and kind of like give you a moment of give yourself a moment to kind of reset, right? And before you go ahead trying to look for something, because again, I am looking at somebody getting really frustrated, like because you're looking for something that you know that you left there, right? You left it there, and now you can't find it. So it's like, let's say for example, like I leave this ring here and I walk away and I go use the bathroom, I come back and the ring is missing, and I'm like, where the heck is the ring? Like I know it was there. And I don't know, for any, different people have had different experiences with different energies, entities, etc. But I've had my fair share with trickster energies, and I tend to, like, when I notice the energy like arising or right there, I speak to it. I'm like, oh, I see you. We're not doing this, and I just kind of like walk away, and it's like literally I'll walk out of the room, I walk back in, and what I was looking for is exactly where I left it, right? So it's kind of like that energy where sometimes you guys allow things outside of you to determine how you're feeling. Like certain, like when an emotion arises, it arises, and we have to decide whether we are responding or reacting to it. A lot of you have been stuck in a space where you have been reacting to a lot of things, and you may have not noticed it, or you're beginning to notice that you're falling back into old patterns or reacting instead of responding. So this trickster energy is kind of in a way coming in to kind of set things back to course, to get you back on track, to remember to respond to things and not just react to them. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see. I want to say it was Toy Story, like the last Toy Story movie, where it was like the little girl, right? And she made this fork spoon type of thing, and is it spork or something like that? I don't know. And it keeps on running away, right? And then Woody goes out to look for this toy because the little girl really loves it. And it is kind of like, I'm picking up this energy that there's something that you really treasure, you really value, that may not make sense to other people, and therefore you tend to hide it, right? So like, let's put it this way. You may be, again, like how we were talking about in the beginning, you may be a very logical person, and it's like if you can't see it, if you can't attain it, you can't touch it, it's not real, right? But then you have this aspect of you that really enjoys tarot reading. But it is something that, even if you get something from it, even if what you're hearing is coming to pass, it is still something that you don't share with others. And that's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up here. So some of you are finally breaking free about what other people may think or may say over what this thing is for you, right? So like the little girl didn't care that it was like a spork or whatever it was that she turned into a toy. For her, it was something that had a lot of meaning for it, right? It's just something that she loved and she cared, was something that she created. And this is kind of like the same energy that I'm picking up for you. There's something that you really care about. There's something that you really hold dear to your heart, but that you really don't share this aspect of yourself with other people because of how others are going to see it, or how others, or what other people's opinions are going to be. For those of you that you are diving in more into a spiritual aspect of your life, maybe this is the beginning of your spiritual journey. Again, you're still keeping it hidden from those around you. For those, and those of you that are keeping it hidden, it has it, religion itself, they are showing me a cross. It doesn't necessarily represent just Christianity, but it is representing this cultural like religion, right, where you are following a specific religion, or you grew up within a specific religion, and going on and quote unquote living a spiritual life is something that is taboo, is something that is not seen. But you are slowly coming into a space where you're able to at least begin the dialogue about the things that you are doing, or the things that you are engaging with. um some of you are getting into a spiritual aspect of like dealing with plants and herbs, whether it is that you're studying like herbalism or something like that, or you are engaging in groups that have things to do with plants and herbs as a healing process. Not like it is a healing process of like the physical as well, but it's more of like a spiritual path that is coming through for you guys. So just keep that in mind. And again, this may be something that really interests you and really has been calling to you, but you have been keeping it like under wraps. Okay. Alrighty. You continue to you continue to ask spirit for signs, for signs, for signs, for confirmation, for confirmation, for confirmation. And what you have to get to the point is that sometimes it's faith and it's trust. And not everything is always going to be confirmed, or has to be confirmed in order to you for you to continue on going forward. Because if you don't trust in spirit, if you don't trust in yourself, if you don't have faith in yourself and in spirit, then what is the point, right? So there is the space within you that is being worked on during this time, to live your life more by faith and trust than by seeing, right? So it may seem that in certain areas spirit is not talking, or not giving you the confirmations that you have been asking for, but in reality, the confirmations are right there if you choose to look for them. They're just not going to come slamming you or slapping you in the face, right? um think about it like this way. Let's say like you really want a specific job, and you're just like, oh spirit, if this is for me, like you're gonna make it happen, and this and that. And it's like, you get the interview, you get all of this, but then it's like it's been like 2 weeks and you haven't heard anything. And spirit is like, until you don't fall into that trust, into that knowing that this job is already yours, you're not gonna hear from them. And it can be a month, it can be 2 months, but the moment that you surrender to that energy, like, you know what, I asked for this. This is for me. Spirit, show me that this is for me. I surrender and allowing it to come. And in the minute that you surrender to that energy, boom, you get the phone call and it's like, hey, the job is yours. And it may have been that, something very simple was happening on the other side, right? They had to wait for someone else's contract to finish before they can hire you, or they had to wait for approval, and this person was on vacation and this and that. You don't know, and that's the thing. It's like you need to really lean more into this trust and faith than this confirmation that you're constantly asking for. Anything else that Leo Virgo needs to know, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. For those of you that are wondering about relationships, whether you are in one or you're single, there's something here where love is taking the back burner during this time. You're being asked that there's a part of your life, this part of your life where you start to lean more into your spirituality is a path that really has to do with you. So if you recently came out of a relationship and you're wondering why, it was because this person was not in alignment with where it is that the spirit is guiding you. Yes, you truly still do care for this person, but I feel that during this time you're going to start realizing and start seeing the part that they play in your life, especially the part that they played in keeping you stuck when it came to expansion within your own spirituality. This person may be very religious and maybe does not have an open mind when people choose like a different religion or um a different way of life, right? So when I say that, it's not that all religious people are like this, right? I connect with a lot of people that are religious, and I am still able to have conversation with them, and they're non-judgmental and they're open to allowing everybody to have their own beliefs. But the person that I'm picking up here is somebody that is like their religion is the only way, the right way, and the only thing, right? And those are the energies and the spaces that when you are walking your path, right, or you're starting your own spiritual journey, you have to be very aware of, and you have to be able to learn how to navigate when you are within those spaces with those individuals. And this is why for a lot of you this type of relationship ended. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and let's pull out the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Your message was very straight to the point, which I love. So Leo, Virgo, Cusp, give me a card, Spirit. For those of you that have been wondering or have been wanting to take like some dance lessons or something like that, like go ahead. Like there's something that you're passionate about, and I'm picking up like I'm picking up like this movement type of energy, like of dance or something like that. Maybe there's like a group that meets every like couple of weeks or something of that, like eccentric dancing or something of that matter, but something that has to do with movement and dance. I'm being told like to just go for it. It's something that is going to help you when it comes to like moving energy around. All right. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card. Give me one card for Leo, Virgo, Cusp. Leo, Virgo, Cusp, Spirit, one card. Stop being so undecisive. There we go. Thank you. Falling angel, spiritual. Every time I see this, I laugh. Narcolepsy. So the reason why I laugh, for those of you that are new, I was diagnosed with narcolepsy, with cataplexy, a few years ago. I want to say it was like 8 or 9 years. How much? When was it? 26. It was 2016. Oh, like 9 years ago. And apparently I've had it my entire life, and I've had the pleasure of Spirit showing me how this diagnosis has played a part in a lot of my abilities and the things that I'm able to do. So whenever I see this card, I always like laugh because I'm like, oh, narcolepsy, because it's not a word that you really hear very often. But when you think, narcolepsy is the inability the textbook definition, the inability to control your wake and sleep cycle, meaning your body falls to sleep whenever it wants, right? And there are certain triggers, like when you have cataplexy, which I have, that trigger this. So for me, it's like anger, and there was a big lesson in that, right? Where I would easily anger, and my hands and my feet would give up, and with the whole narcolepsy thing, and this is just like a side story. Personally, the more that I dive into my spiritual aspect and the more that I learn about myself, the more I am able to manage and realize that when my body, this quote unquote like inability, has actually been a gift, right? So it in a way forced me to be more in tune with not just the things that are around me and things like that, but really become in tune with my body, right? With what it is, not necessarily just when I'm tired, but what it is that I'm able to do in a day. It goes back to the space of like being connected to mother's nature's rhythm, which is something else that I've talked about as well. And every time I just see this card, I just kind of like laugh. So the falling angel, falling unconscious, spiritual narcolepsy. You are being cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in an angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspiration, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading towards the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need to do is stop being a falling angel is spread it, and stop being a falling angel is spread your wings to halt your descent and then find the updraft again. And what this is reminding me of is what we were talking about, where a lot of you are wanting a lot of confirmation, 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 confirmation. And it is a beautiful thing to have confirmation from spirit, because it allows you to know that you are on the right path, or that you are doing the right thing, or that you're following your own path. But if you become dependent on those confirmations, what tends to happen is that if the confirmation doesn't come in the way that you want it, or as soon as you want it, then you can put yourself in a position where you are, when you stop yourself and you stop progress, right? So whenever I am starting something new, I don't say like, oh, I want confirmation like right now, tomorrow, whatever. I'll say like, okay, I'll get the message, I'll get the whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm going for it. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what, the confirmation is gonna come when it needs to come, and I'll know what it is when it comes, that I am on the right path. So this confirmation thing that you've been having back and forth with spirit is becoming a little codependent, right? And too much of anything is not good. And this is kind of where this reading is headed for you guys, to really allow yourself to be more in a space of faith and trust, trusting your own ability, trusting your own gifts when it comes to your communication with spirit, because we all have that ability within us to communicate directly with spirit. All right. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you at this moment in time. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.